What living in Germany taught me about letting go. So this is the truth from a single Asian woman over 30 living in Germany. Maybe life is just like taking Deutsche Bahn, full of uncertainties and delays, but we just have to let go of control. Hi, this is Cloris. How are you doing? I'm from Hong Kong and I've been living in Germany for almost 8 years. I'm a naturalized German, currently based in Munich. Today, I just want to share my goal for 2026, which is not having a goal. Instead of setting big goals and strict plans, my goal this year is more simple and quiet, which is learning how to let go of control and planning, surrendering to uncertainties, to change, to the possibility that life doesn't follow the way we carefully planned, and I just want to ensure myself it's okay that I don't have everything figured out. In the past few years, I've been living in a survival mode. Because I've been single living alone for years, it does give me a peaceful life, and I also have friends who support me through thick and thin, but deep inside I always have this insecurity myself, and I tried so hard to build a safety net for myself by becoming a German citizen. If you are curious about what it takes to become a German citizen, you can check out my journey here in this video. Before I got German citizenship, I thought I would feel safe once I got the German passport. I thought I would feel more secure living in a more socialist society instead of a capitalist society. But 2025 has taught me a very valuable lesson. In fact, nothing is really safe and stable. Even though I'm living in one of the most secure countries, my mindset and my reality could be also very different from German-born German people. But I'm not complaining or blaming the country or the people here. This is just my pure reflection and how the reality really is. I'm sure different people would have different experience and reality, and each person just has their own life lesson and struggles. So 2025 has taught me that even a permanent job position is not as secure as we thought. Some of my friends lost their job and they had to move to another country or another city. Losing a job is not uncommon here in Germany, even though there are laws to protect us. Meanwhile, I can't hold a pragmatically positive view on the future of Germany. Each person's situation is different, so I don't encourage or discourage people moving in or out of Germany. All I want to say is that there's no perfect place in this world that can offer us security unless we find that from within. Before I came to Germany when I was in my mid-20s, I have to admit that I did romanticize the life here a lot because I just wanted to escape from my hometown due to some personal reasons and other factors, and that's why I came here for my master's studies without even family support. My goal was just to see if I like the country, if I want to stay here for longer. In the past 8 years, I had my good times and bad times here, and I still have some struggles, but to be honest, there was no 1 second that I would have this thought of going back home, because I just knew that it wouldn't be an option for me. When I was here as a student, the time was pretty nice because I've met a lot of nice people, and I had more time and space to process my childhood and all the traumas, even though I don't really like my master's program, but it was okay, and I just finished it as soon as possible. I remember officially I just did 3 semesters, and then I moved from Göttingen to Munich, immediately started my internship, and then I finished writing my master's thesis while I was having a full-time job. During that time, it was the pandemic. To be honest, I didn't feel lonely that time, but the worst thing was that I had to sit in front of my laptop for many hours. I had to work and then I had to write my thesis. Basically, I spent the whole day almost in front of the laptop, besides doing groceries, cooking, or doing chores. But I'm glad that I made it through, because I was already lucky enough to have a job during that time, and I just wanted to survive in this country. I didn't expect this to be this emotional, and it was like riding on a roller coaster. There was like ups and downs, and at the same time I felt like I was in a survival mode. I just had to hold on to it because I didn't see other options. I'm not complaining about this country, it's just because my expectation for it was too high. It was pretty much my fault because I could have done more research and have a more realistic expectation. That explained why my disappointment was huge, because I came here for security, for a more fair system, and a bit more long-term plan. And that's why losing that certainty for stability made me feel even worse, because I just didn't have like a realistic expectation at the beginning. But at the same time, it just made me realize that we shouldn't find security from external sources. We can see a structured society and law don't even guarantee justice or how the legal process is carried out. But of course, I don't compare Germany to a third world country, which is also not quite fair. And I'm not from a third world country, so my view and my comparison is based on my own experience. And there are a lot of factors affecting my own experience and other people's experience as well. So my view is very subjective. And to be honest, I still appreciate Germany a lot for providing me this calm and quiet environment to heal my childhood trauma and process my life. But this year, due to the sudden change of my work situation, I almost got a panic attack because I had to deal with some legal procedure and at the same time also the government departments and the whole social system. I don't even know how to describe this. From my personal subjective view, I see that this system is malfunctioning. It might be still okay for now, but in the next years or in the future, I can't really say anything about it. And it's the same for my friends. But for some people, like my male German friends, it was easy and smooth. So it's really a very personal experience. This year, I spent a lot of time to regulate my emotions and mood. And I took the medication from my doctor so that I don't get worse. But it was a really scary phase in my life. Every day, I just woke up and feeling my heart beating very fast. And I couldn't control that. All I wish was just to go back to my normal mental state. And I started to ask myself, what I really need in my life, not to compare with others. Living abroad in Germany has also taught me that there is no system, no matter how well designed, to guarantee certainty or stability. I came across this book written by Bronnie Ware, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. She's a palliative care nurse and an author who spent years caring for people at the very end of their lives. One thing that deeply stayed with me is how many people wish they had lived more true to themselves, instead of living according to expectations, fear, or the illusion of stability. Reading her words reminded me of something uncomfortable but also freeing, and a lot of things that we feel secure can actually change much faster than we expect. So this is why the idea of letting go or surrender feels so important to me now. If nothing is truly guaranteed, not plans, not stability, not certainty, then maybe the most meaningful thing we can focus on is our inner peace. No controlling life, no forcing outcomes, but learning how to present with what is, just living in the moment. Living in Germany has taught me that control is just an illusion. You can do everything right but still be surprised by life. Even a secure permanent job in Germany can make me feel depressed, and then almost a panic attack when I had to seek for legal advice and support from the labor union. I'm so grateful that I have people around supporting me throughout the whole process. It just made me see how evil people can be and at the same time how kind people can be. It's like it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. As a spiritual person, I would see it as the universe helping me to remove those evil people from my life and bringing me the brighter future and better people around me. By the way, if you are working or consider working in Germany, I highly recommend you to check out this video so you would know at least some basic rights you have in this country and learn how to protect yourself. It really took me a very painful lesson to learn all these, so I wish this can help some people. Anyway, no matter how bad the situation you are going through, I just want to tell you that this might be just a redirection from the universe, and this might be a guide leading you to live a more honest life and be more gentle with yourself. Don't waste time on self-doubt, because the universe is for sure bringing you something even better than what you had, even though the future is full of unknown and uncertainty. So yeah, this year 2026, I don't want to measure my life by certainty or control. I want to measure it by peace, by presence, by how honestly I live, even when the path ahead is not clear. My attempt is to not overthink and just do it when I have the momentum. I talked to this old friend a few days ago. We've known each other since middle school. She used to live in the UK and then later on she moved to the US with her husband, and last month they moved back to Hong Kong. While she was packing all these things to move back to Hong Kong, her husband reminded her that you don't have to let this one decision tie to the next decision. I used to plan a bit more long term. Like before I came to Germany, I would plan when I get my citizenship. And therefore, during our conversation, she reminded me that I don't have to plan that far ahead. Instead, I should make a decision that's the best for now, and that's it. So I don't have to really struggle that much or process that much to make just one tiny decision. And I can actually decide the next steps later on. So yeah, at the end, She and her husband moved like 10 suitcases from San Antonio, Texas to Hong Kong. It's really crazy, but she showed me how to just go with the flow without having too much constraints or too much overthinking. And this year, I'm heading to my mid-30s. It really hits me hard because I didn't realize how fast time flies. In the past few months, I was wondering where I wanted to live in the future. Do I want to stay in Germany? Do I want to move to another country? Do I want a partner? Do I want kids? What kind of career do I want?
Do I want to go home and spend more time with my mom? Will I lose my friends if they're getting married or having kids while I'm not? Will this social system or pension system collapse in the future?
All these uncertainties just caused me a great anxiety. In my previous video, I talked about my struggles living in Germany. If you're interested, you can check out this link. And then at a certain point, I just realized that I have been stuck in the survival mode and I just didn't let things come to me. I've realized that I didn't have to make a decision right now. I have an option. I can choose to surrender and still feel secure. I can just appreciate what I have in the moment. I can appreciate that I'm single and I'm free to go anywhere, anytime. I have this healthy body allowing me to do different kinds of sports or activities like painting, golf. I can take a mini job or I can take a new job. I have the freedom to move to another country or another city to just explore different things and different career. I can still start over if I don't like something. I don't have to take a job that specifically matches with my academic degrees. I don't have a partner, so I don't have to think about having kids or not, the life-threatening risk of giving birth to a child. I don't have to suffer from any disease of pregnancy. Right now, I can just take my time to nurture my inner child. I can give myself a lot of love and I'm surrounded by friends and family with love. Even though some of them are not physically here, my mindset used to be very constructed by social expectations. Even though I started to question them, I would still loop the questions in my mind.
Do I want kids? Do I want family? Do I want a partner?
But actually these are out of my control and I don't need anyone else to make me more complete. Why can't I be just content right now and see the fact that I'm already fulfilled without needing to chase for something more? If anything else comes along, I can just see them as a bonus or a life lesson. To let go or to surrender doesn't mean giving up or stop doing anything. It just allows us to release the anxiety and appreciate the moment in our lives, enjoying all the little simple pleasures around us, and just let the universe guide us. I remember in my early 20s, I had my exchange in Chile. In Santiago, I met my landlady who was in her early 30s. And through this lady, I met other ladies in their 30s. So I met like 5 single ladies in their 30s. Back then, I still had this social expectation that women should be married by 30. And if you're over 30s and you're still single, it seems to be a problem. So I wonder what life would be like for them 10 years later. So now when I'm in my 30s and they're in their 40s, I see that one of them had kids, one is traveling abroad, the other adopted a dog. There's no one type of life is better than the other. Being married and having kids doesn't mean happily ever after. Especially in the modern society, we just have more opportunities to try out different kind of things and figure out what kind of life we want. There's no one formula for having a happy life, and we don't have to achieve one specific goal to feel happy and fulfilled in our lives. I'm grateful that I've met these ladies who showed me different possibilities in life. Therefore, this year, I'm making this video to remind myself to stay true to my needs and appreciate what I already have, such as the freedom to live in different countries without worrying anyone else or kids. Regarding my perception on freedom, you can check out this link. In this video, I shared how I changed my view on freedom after living in Germany for several years. I've always forgot to celebrate all the little achievements because I'm my worst criticizer and I constantly feel not being enough. So today, I just want to thank myself for not wasting my 20s, who decided to come to Germany fearlessly without a safety net. The only thing that helped me to hold on to this is faith. I think I always have faith, sometimes stronger, sometimes weaker, and I just didn't follow a conventional path because even though I have self-doubt sometimes, I still believe in myself most of the time and hold myself accountable for the decisions that I make. In Germany, I healed my childhood trauma and I taught myself how to stop people pleasing and set boundaries. I've learned how to love myself, like hugging myself like this. And I gave myself a safe apartment, a safe home. Now I don't exactly know where this year is gonna take me. And for the first time, I'm learning to be okay with that. If you're also navigating uncertainties, especially living abroad or in Germany like me, please know that you are not failing and you are not alone. You are transforming into someone even stronger and better. If you want me to share other topics, please let me know in the comments. If you find this video relatable and helpful, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the next videos. I will keep sharing what I've learned through living abroad in Germany or maybe in other country in the future for people who want emotional growth, inner peace, and a better understanding of themselves. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!